Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be visiting Ethereum and its valuations against Bitcoin, and more importantly, also taking into account Bitcoin's current price action. Bitcoin is now shot past 50,000 and is now trading at $52,400. It's been going up and down, a few $100s for the past few hours, but we are now up 6.5% for the day with Bitcoin. And because of that, as we can see with Ethereum, and its valuations against Bitcoin continue to bleed. Its valuations have dropped from the top to where we are now, roughly 22% decrease in valuation against Bitcoin. Now, um, we'll be focusing on the valuations on Ethereum and Bitcoin between the two. The US dollar, in relation to Ethereum, seems to be chugging along just fine. We see it up 3% and is currently trading at $1,800, 1837. Um, but that would be the case when we have situations like this, as we have in the past, where Bitcoin will continue to run uh, at up, going up a few $1,000s in a day, and it will drag up altcoins along with it, and that includes Ethereum. Like we see with Chainlink, for example, it's at $32 right now. Uh, Uniswap against the US dollar, $21. It's up 3%. So if your main concern is the US dollar, well, your altcoin positions will probably be fine. I mean, if you do hold coins today like Monero or Litecoin, you're doing pretty well for yourself. However, generally speaking, you should be pretty neutral when it comes to altcoins against the US dollar. But I strongly recommend that you look at the Bitcoin and Ethereum pairings of your altcoins, and especially with Ethereum, to look at the Bitcoin pairing. Um, this is one of my favorite ratios to look at in terms of Bitcoin valuation, because I think it's very important. And what we see here is that we're monitoring this level here between the two orange lines, and we're talking about how this has acted as resistance for a number of months. Okay, if we flip it to the monthly, we see that it acted as resistance here in the fall and late summer, and also here during 2018, 2019. We were speculating that because Ethereum's been bleeding, we might see this act as support now. Um, as it is right now, with the current moves of Bitcoin, and we talked about this as well, that the speculation of Ethereum potentially using that level as support would ultimately depend on the price action of Bitcoin. But because Bitcoin decides to show who's boss and is now up almost 7% now, my God, um, is up 7% for the day. Well, look at what's happening with Ethereum. It's going to act like there is no support level there. So let's keep that in mind. It's currently down. I would say, you know what, it could wick down for all we know. It can wick past it, come back up. However, uh, the shifts of probability are shifting into Bitcoin's favor the higher Bitcoin gets today. The probability from the first video I made today talking of Bitcoin has changed since this video. Bitcoin is now over $52,000, and we're almost talking about a $53,000 Bitcoin. We are going into price discovery mode. Everyone's focused on Bitcoin, and you're seeing the liquidity flow out of altcoins right now. You're seeing it leave Ethereum, Chainlink, Uniswap, Basic Attention Token, Celsius, Cardano, um, VeChain as another one, and then you have your odd cases like Monero and Litecoin that are currently up. But right now, it looks like Ethereum is in some sort of free fall. Now, the next question obviously is, well, where are we going to stop? Well, one possible um, guess would be the downward trending of support here. When we zoom out, we see that we were before the breakout of January, we were in a coiling of price where we had clear tops that descend and a clear rising support level. And we broke out of it in January. Now, with that said, we'll see in the next coming days, in the coming weeks, if this will hold as support. Um, you can also refer to the 20-week moving average if you'd like, but on the Bitcoin chart doesn't necessarily prove to be that significant. My next eye is on this downward trending line of support. Now, depending on how long it takes for us to get there will depend on the valuation of it. If it dropped this week, it could be down at 0.0319 Bitcoin. In March, end of March, it could be 0.030 Bitcoin. So because it's a downward trending of support, we don't know exactly where Ethereum Bitcoin will likely land, but it's the next target for me. Does that discourage me on my Ethereum position? No, not really. It's one that I don't intend to sell when it's going down like this. I already sold about, oh, what was it, like a little over 10% on my Ethereum position already. So I'm perfectly fine where Ethereum is at the moment. And as long as Bitcoin's on the rise, I'm happy because at least part of my portfolio is holding up. And this is why you hold Bitcoin in your portfolio. If not, and preferably it is your largest portion, because moves like these make you realize that you can't all FOMO in onto all coins, because Bitcoin will at some points take control of the market and start outpacing every single one and leaving every other altcoin in the dust. And look, we're at 6.9% now, and in what, 6-7 minutes in making this video, Bitcoin's on a run. With that said, um, look to see, it seems now that Bitcoin is going to go into price discovery mode. I wouldn't be surprised if it makes bigger gains by the end of the day and by the end of the week. Um, I mean, we could possibly see another 25% move in this week alone, with the trajectory it's going on right now. With that said, keep in mind of Bitcoin's price, you guys, and be cautious. Okay, because the last thing you want to do, for example, is you see Bitcoin run, and so you sell your Ethereum, for example, and you buy into Bitcoin. That's not a smart move, even if Bitcoin's going to go on a tear. It's just not. You might luck out, but that's just it. It's luck. Don't base your trades on luck or on gut feeling. You know, go by what the chart tells you, and stick to your guns. Anyway, uh, lastly, with this recent move of Bitcoin, of going over $50,000, I have created a stop limit, a stop order, trailing stop order now on a third sell of Bitcoin, third position of Bitcoin for myself. So I haven't sold the portion yet, but it is now in the order books. So if it gets triggered, I'll definitely let you know. If it doesn't, well, that's fine. That just that just means Bitcoin's going up even more. So I'll keep you guys updated on that, as I try to practice what I preach. It's never a bad idea to take profits. I think at this point, Bitcoin's going. I have no doubt that Bitcoin could potentially go up even higher, but locking in profits at $51,000 for me is a good level to take profits from. And again, it's not all of my Bitcoin. It's I mean, this move today is 10% of my Bitcoin position, a 10% of my overall Bitcoin position at the highest I've accumulated at. So it's 1/10, not that big, but again, take profits, you guys. Anyway, that's all for today, you guys. Stay safe, be cautious. Let's make a lot of money. Take care. Bye bye.